Let me put. Okay, so now we have. So now we have this right, and so it stops the moment it does the update. It stops, right? Okay, so that's good. So let me duplicate here for the sign in. So here we're going to call it log. We don't need all here. So this will be account created. So this will be this will be find the email. So we can now say if user, let's see, let me copy here, paste here. Then I would say if um, user dot email is strictly equals to the password you pass, then this should happen. Else, this should happen. So we're going to copy here again, paste here. So in here, that's where we're going to do like welcome the user. So let's just do. So this will be 2 1 2 1. Let's say welcome. Then let's have beta would be user. Exactly. Okay. So now let's create another endpoint. This endpoint would be um so if you've made payment, right? Make payments. So let's say let me call it active, right? Active user. So we're going to so here would be params. So this would be user ID. So find by ID. So it's a user ID because we don't need it. So let me just put here. So from here to here, and so this would be um, so new. So once you hit this endpoint, your stuff will be changed right to what we have here is active to be true, then status to be yeah. Okay. So first we'll need to call cron job again. So let me go up. You guys get it, Tabi? Yeah, so true. But after a particular period of time, right? Of course, is stuff has expired, right? So it goes off. You guys get the point. You say? You say what? This endpoint. So the endpoint is their subscription, the subscription endpoint, right? So you know that they will click on that button. Remember, I've told you guys that this the payment gateway is serving as a middleware, a blocker, right? Once they hit this endpoint, they have already subscribed to our plan, right? Right? Now, a cron job is setting their period, the period they can stay in that plan, right? Now, once they have access to this endpoint, they are active. But then we need to set a middleman that will help us collect a token from them before they have access to this endpoint. But if they have access to this endpoint, they are in. Do you understand? So if I say, oh, okay, I want to scam MTN to get 500 naira card without me paying, it then means that I'm hitting the 500 naira endpoint without going through the payment gateway. So what they would now do is they will put a blockage, which will be the gateway. Once I make that payment, I can now have access to that endpoint. I hit that endpoint, I'm credited 500 naira. It takes me back. If I want to hit that endpoint again, I must pass through that gateway. Do you understand that, right? So that's why I said, when I said you guys should explain some that time, right? And I said I don't want to hear me say, right? Because that is where we want to work on now. Exactly. If they hit this endpoint, they've subscribed, right? Yeah, they are active. Yes. Okay, so now we've done this. So let's verify that these endpoints, these three endpoints we created, is working fine. So let me first of all come to my router. So let's create router. So we'd say user router.tx. So we'd say const router, which should be is equals to export default router. So router dot route to dot post route we create using, let's say let's say register dot user, and lastly let me say active active user, and this is patch. Okay, so we have this user and string. Thanks. User ID. So here import user from dot slash is router. Um, okay, so let's test that endpoint. Oh, okay. So that's local host um 00/. So let me get all users right so that we can use that to. Which one is laptop? Is Jessica still, or she has given up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Talk. Okay, so okay. Okay, so let's do sorry, where the where the so that email executor test.com. So if we hit here, So this has been created. I'm active, and should have console log when was that created, so that would see and know when it was stopping. But let me assume this is 31. So this is now 25 rather. So at 25 seconds of 32, that's when this thing should be false. Let's watch. Hmm. I don't know the seconds. Okay, so now false. When it's there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is, at least we are sure that this part is working. So let's see the sign in. So let's do login. The login, good. So now let's implement this in our front end. Exactly. So we would create, please pay attention, API, and inside the API, we need to api.tx. So we need Azures, um, npm I package. So import Azures from Daylight, like Nepal light. Yes. Export fast. So let's say create user. So that would be try fill. Let us return what the error is. Right here. Okay. So right here we're going to say await Azure dot host, right? 60 const URL to be equals to this would be 00 slash okay, slash register. Okay, so this is for register. Then let's go for login. So for login, the here should be login. This will be the attention. Return results data. Okay. Then let's do the active. So here is active. So this is okay. So these are all our endpoint, and basically that's what we want. Okay, so this is clear, right? So now let's come to this our card here. So let's test this thing, right? So we'll be communicating from our let me refresh here. Okay, now. So we'll be communicating from here. So I'll change here to true and put something here, right? Then change it to false and let's see whether here will trigger. But that's what we want. But before then, because at the moment it would not, right? So let's go make it right. So what we're going to do for that is first off, let's log in here so that we know that we are inside here, right? And another thing I would quickly want to do is to get find one because we didn't put it here. So that's definitely going to be an issue. So view one user. So find by ID. Going to user ID. So that now becomes is equals to request dot balance. So inside our route here, so just do slash. So that's good. So in here, so let me just install one more dependency, which would be not one more sha, but at least npm iswr. Are we still here? Or you've given up? Like my system wants to give up. Okay, so so let's come here. Let me duplicate here. So this would be let's say get one user. So that would be view slash user ID. So both string and here will be that. Okay, so that's good. So the next thing we're going to do now is would come to this our global state, right? So the son have signed in, right? Let's capture that detail. So we'll come here, would say user right, and that is as an object, sorry. So we'd say on user, so this would be user. Of course, there's logout, but I don't focus on that. So here now becomes this, right? So let's go to sign in. What sign in? So in this sign in, we're going to say const this patch equals to use this patch. Okay. So in here, first thing first is what did we call that login API function? Login user. So say um login user. So this guy needs data. I'm not sure I passed that data. So data to be an object. The same here as well. So here it's data. So we'll go back to here. So we'll have email, comma, password. So this is what this guy needs. So dot in res, right? So we'd say if res dot status is equals to 201, this should happen for this one. Else, right? Is where we put um like the alerts, with alerts, toast, and the rest everything. So as to notify them what went wrong. So let's just do um console log something went wrong. Okay, so for here now, we'll now call our dispatch, do that on user, and this on user will now pass res inside the thing. Yeah, res. Is this clear? So this is just for signing up user. So we save this. Let's try it out. Yeah. Eh? I'm listening. Coming from the state. So it's our reducer from Redux. You get it. Okay, so let's this is login. So we push that and we can't say something went wrong. That means everything went fine. On our Redux state, um, and persist truth. Can we see user? Okay, this is the user, right? So we can see those information. So what work on sign off is this icon. Okay, so if you click here, right, let it take you to that home page. So that's where we'll now do some magic there. Okay, so this ends here. So dot then So first thing first, you have to say first navigate to the course you use. So right, okay. So now let us do that again. Okay, so the tractors here. Oh, not yet. The main. So this is where we want it to take us. Main. So yeah, makes sense. Okay. So now let's go to the main screen, or rather the block screen, right? So what we want here is so first of all let me get the user user that will be user. So let's console log. So we can't see it. Oh, okay, we can see the user. Let me remove all this and let me show. Okay, so we can see the user. So let's just go straight up to the data rather than this plenty thing. So let me come to my API. So dot data. Daniel, hope you're still here. Okay, good. So let me refresh here again. Okay, why am I still saying this? I want to see only the data. Only the data. So the data. I'm still saying message. So let's say block screen. So it's coming from here. Our block screen. No problem. Let's continue. Block screen. Let's continue. So let me just do dot data. So only the data. That's what I want to get. Or let me do dot data again and let's see first. Okay, I've already hit that. Already hit that. That's the reason why. Okay, so we have this. Let me go back. Within, okay. So this is PTR at test. You say? Okay. 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 So this is what I want. I want only that. This still something went wrong and I'm still navigating. Let's go back. So let me remove. Let me go to my login screen, and in my login screen, so res dot data. Let me push res dot data. Alright.
Most of the time, is it?
Yes, that's correct. So let it not navigate. It's here. Something went wrong. So that means I'm getting error. Something went wrong. So let me see what the error is. There's no error. It's just like the display something went wrong. So let me see console log res. Let's see. So the thing is, it's running here and it's running here. So that's because there's no, this does not exist
The two one.
in the status.
The two is empty.
No, that it's my fault, sha. So it's this last data. So, yeah, that's it. So what I should do is, this is the part, since I want only data. So yeah, so this is what I should do, to only data. So only data is what I should be pushing to Redux. So now if I hit here, we have this. But in my Redux, I should have in the user only the data. That's what I want. So let me remove this console log. So let's call this back. So we hit it, it takes us here. So that's good. So now let's go to, this is where we'll do some work. So let's go to the block screen. So in the block screen, yes. So we're going to say if user dot um so rather than this record we have here, so it's going to be user dot status, yeah, right? So that would change this guy to be true, right? So and just since we have user dot is active. So user dot is active. If it is true, right, then it should give that set state to true. So what we put here would now be user. So it's checking for, sorry, not this user. Now the next thing we're going to do is, let's go to, since we've called SWR, so let's create hooks. So here we could now call our user.tsf refce. So here take const data is equals to use swr. Okay, so we have this and we have other cover. So um next like this. What did we call that guy? Gets one, I think get one user. So this guy needs an ID which will be user ID. So let's copy that, put it here, user ID. And it's going to be a string. So here I could just say slash get one user. Hey guys, stay here. So user ID, right? So we're going to return that data, right? So let me remove this so that we can call more function here. Remove this. So this guy now come to our block screen at this place here. I'm going to say const data is equals to this user dot underscore ID. So let's see what this data holds. So the data holds this, right? Now the next thing, um, so the next thing I'm going to do is call refresh, um, refresh interval. You see? Yeah, that's true. So refresh. So the idea for this is so that I'll be looking at it, right? So once it sees a change there, right, it triggers this whole thing. So let's come back here. Okay, so it is this data now we would be watching from. Remember that that user would not change. Abi, user would not change because user is in our local storage, right? So it will not change. So it won't be wise for us to be using that one to watch. Exactly. Let me remove this and let's save this. Okay, okay, okay. So let's try it out now. So this is moment of truth. So come here. So we have this to be true. This to be true, and here to be update. And let's see. So nothing is happening, but then let's do console log data. Let's say reading. Yeah. So reading. So data true. Okay. So look at our data. It is data. This one dot data, right? This one dot data. So it should be dot data dot data. So let's save. So that's it. Let's so if I click here, it doesn't change anything. Remember, right? Abina. So let's change the backend to be false. Um so let's change here to be false and here empty. So change that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see for when it will pop up the next. I think by now this guy should have gone off. I can see changes here. So this is first. Let me refresh here first. So reading data. Okay, so this is good, right? So let's test here again. Here true, true, and here active. So we hit here. That's good. So let's change it to false, false, here empty. We hit update. Okay. So why is this guy not? Why is it not going out? So let's see. Although that's not a problem because now let me just explain why I said that's not a problem. So if I come here and I do, let's say here changes to true and here change to active. So if we do this, right, we have this, right? I mean, now if I come here, change here to false and here and I change it. So I'm expecting here to right go off, right? But it's not going off. But if I come here and maybe I click, or for me to click here, I've gone away from here. Have you? I've gone away from here because I have to click here to go to another page, right? But if we look here, we can see that this is false, right? In fact, let's even find. I don't know why it's supposed to. It's supposed to trigger. Let me remove here first. It's supposed to trigger. Okay, so let me put else if condition. Let's put else if. So else if. So this same thing we have here. Let me copy it, put it here. So for here, would say this is strictly equals to empty and is active. So this one will be false. So if we save, I think everything should be fine now. So let's try it out again. So true and active. Don't let things distract you. So if we do, we have that. Then if we do false and we remove and we save, we have that. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Abi? So let's remove this. Now, so let's do that when they click there, right? When they click there, it routes. Now, by default, I shouldn't be seeing this, right? Abina. So let's come to here. So let me reverse it because I'm feeling like this is the reverse. Abi. So if I am false, is active is false, it should be blank now. Abi. So that should be the reverse of my operation. So let's cut here, pick here up, and put here down. This is how it should be because I'm forced now. Okay. So here now should now route me to where? Here should route me to where? The pricing screen. Good. So let's go to this place here. So let's what should we call this? Eh? Pay up. Okay, let's use can use check. So of course we'll put story here that your subscription has expired, blah 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 blah. And the rest. So now now so this label going to cut it and we're going to have our link tag. Regina, I hope you're staying. So to price, right? Is it price or no active? So is it price is where we have that? It's the other one. Yeah. Either you pay now or action. Yes, yes, yes. Where is it? Hear that sound again. Abi? Yeah. So here, right? So if you click here, right? I mean, before if you go out today, don't put and down the wall, the wall. So exactly. So from here now, the code we have here, it's still the same that would have here. So congratulations, we've arranged the flow, right? So let's do two ways. Part of the reason why I'm saying that we won't be using front, we shouldn't be using front end, right, to navigate through this. I think I should first off stop this.